Have you ever stopped for a moment in your own home, looked around at the things you've lived with for years, and asked yourself if some of them might secretly be harming you rather than helping you, especially after you turn 65? Most of us believe that danger only comes from outside the home. Busy streets, slippery sidewalks, or crowded markets. But the truth is far more unsettling. Sometimes, the very items we use every single day, the ones that sit quietly in our living rooms, bedrooms, or kitchens, can slowly become silent threats, especially when dust, germs, and hidden particles gather around them, waiting for the moment when weakened immune systems, slower reflexes, or age-related breathing changes make seniors more vulnerable than ever. So today, let's open our eyes to 15 common household items that collect dust and silently harm seniors after 65. Not to frighten anyone, but to bring awareness to things rarely spoken about, things that almost no one pays attention to because they've simply been part of our homes for decades. First, let's talk about carpets and rugs. While they make a home cozy and protect us from cold floors, they are also one of the greatest collectors of fine dust, pollen, pet dander, and even mold spores that can linger deep in the fibers. For seniors, walking over a rug isn't just about tripping hazards. It's about every step sending tiny invisible particles floating into the air, which can irritate fragile lungs, increase coughing, and in some cases trigger asthma-like symptoms that never existed before. Second, let's move to heavy curtains. Thick fabric drapes hanging by the window may look elegant, but the folds act like traps for layers of dust that aren't easy to clean. And when sunlight hits them, the heat can even release musty odors and microscopic irritants that make breathing less comfortable for older adults. Third, consider bookshelves. Not the books themselves, but the shelves where layers of dust settle week after week. Seniors who bend down to pick a favorite novel or photo album unknowingly disturb that layer of dust, releasing particles that can instantly irritate the nose, throat, and even raise blood pressure because of the body's stress reaction to allergens. Fourth, let's discuss upholstered furniture, couches and armchairs that carry years of memories, but also years of trapped skin cells, lint, and dust mites hiding in seams, making them far more harmful than a wooden chair or a leather seat. Fifth, ceiling fans may appear harmless, but for seniors who rarely clean them, those blades gather thick dust layers. And every time the switch is flipped, the fan showers the room with the fine particles like invisible rain, affecting not just lungs, but also eyes, creating irritation that makes older adults rub them more frequently, which then raises the risk of infection. Sixth, stuffed toys or decorative cushions, often kept for grandchildren or as sentimental decor, can actually become dust reservoirs, filling the air with allergens each time they're hugged, moved, or even lightly tapped. And for seniors with weaker immunity, even these soft, innocent items can lead to sinus trouble or chest discomfort. Seventh, old radiators and baseboard heaters, which many older homes still use, become dust magnets. Space, a cycle of recirculated dust that quietly burdens aging lungs. Eighth, artificial plants and flowers, chosen for their low maintenance, ironically collect more dust than live plants because their plastic leaves never breathe, never clean themselves, and over time, they accumulate sticky layers that are rarely wiped down. Yet they sit right where seniors relax, often near chairs or beds. Ninth, air vents and filters that haven't been cleaned or replaced in months are like hidden enemies, because instead of protecting the home, They push microscopic dust and bacteria directly into the breathing space of seniors, aggravating heart conditions, raising fatigue, and sometimes even increasing dizziness because of poor air quality. 10th, decorative shelves with knickknacks, porcelain figures, photo frames, souvenirs from trips long ago may hold beautiful memories, but also trap fine layers of dust. And the act of dusting them is risky for seniors, leading to stretching, climbing, or balancing on stools, which turns a simple cleaning task into a fall hazard, combined with inhalation of allergens. 11th, mattresses, especially older ones that haven't been replaced in 10 or more years, collect millions of dust mites, flakes of skin, and unseen particles that rise each time someone shifts in bed, meaning that seniors who already struggle with sleep due to age-related changes end up breathing in irritants that worsen insomnia and fatigue. 12th, HVAC systems, though essential if ignored, circulate not only dust, but also chemical residues from outside, creating an unhealthy environment where seniors spend the majority of their time, further magnifying risks of respiratory illness. 13th, closets full of clothes that are rarely worn, particularly wool or heavy fabrics, are dust traps that release particles every time a hanger is moved, which can cause seniors to cough or struggle with unexpected sneezing fits that might even lead to imbalance and falls. 14th, medicine cabinets that are rarely cleaned not only gather expired pills, but also fine layers of dust on bottles and boxes. When opened in a steamy bathroom, that dust mixes with humidity and can cling to lungs more aggressively, making an ordinary morning routine subtly harmful. And 15th, lampshades. Yes, even lampshades. Those fabric or paper coverings that sit right beside a senior's favorite reading chair or bed, quietly holding dust on their surface until someone taps them or turns them to adjust the light, releasing small clouds directly into the breathing zone of an elderly person. When you add all of these together, carpets, curtains, furniture, fans, stuffed items, radiators, artificial plants, vents, shelves, mattresses, closets, medicine cabinets, lampshades, you start to see a pattern. The danger isn't just about sharp corners, slippery floors, or heavy lifting. It's about the air seniors breathe every single day inside the home, where they should feel safest, but where invisible dust and allergens quietly grow stronger as the body grows older and less able to fight back. The solution is not fear, but awareness. Choosing easier to clean surfaces, scheduling regular deep cleaning that doesn't fall entirely on seniors themselves, encouraging family members to help with chores like fan blades and curtains, and replacing old items with healthier alternatives like washable rugs, blinds instead of curtains, hypoallergenic mattresses, and live plants that naturally refresh the air. At first glance, dust may seem harmless, just a light grey film that can be brushed away. But when we look closely, we realize it is a living mixture of skin cells, insect fragments, pollen, soot, fibers, and microbes, all of which seniors breathe in every day. Protecting older adults after 65 means more than offering them medication or walking aids. It means creating an environment where their lungs, hearts, and bodies are not quietly burdened by things we've overlooked for years. So the next time you visit your living room, your bedroom, or your parents' home, don't just admire the familiar comfort of rugs, curtains, or cushions. Take a closer look, because what seems ordinary may be silently harmful. And by removing or maintaining these 15 common items, you are not just cleaning a house, you are giving a senior more energy, better sleep, easier breathing, and ultimately, more years of comfort and health in the home they love. And that is the hidden truth no one talks about. Sometimes, the smallest layer of dust on the quietest household item can steal the most from a senior's well-being. Unless we see it, name it, and change it before it is too late.